So this guy is responsible for making sure these pilots are qualified. And he's talking about some equity. Oh, he's going to get it. Because Ted Cruz is about to go ahead and check his receipts. What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel, just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party, we're just getting started.
Second largest and third largest bank runs in history happened last month. Now the government is taking steps to guarantee all deposits. That means more money printing. Thousands have approached Noble Gold Investments to secure their wealth with gold. Gold is the most stable asset outside of government control. Hurry and go to noblegoldinvestments.com to secure your wealth and get a free 5-ounce American the Beautiful coin. That's if you qualify. Hurry up and go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video. We better question this guy's skill set himself because he's over hiring pilots, I guess. So let's check it out.
Thank you. Mr. Washington, you've emphasized your time as CEO of the Denver airport, 20 months.
20
you ever flown a
months.
plane?
Thank you for the question, Senator. No, I have never flown a plane.
Never flown a plane?
You weren't a military pilot or a commercial airline pilot?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked for an airline?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked as an air traffic controller?
No, Senator.
Have you ever worked for a company that manufactures airplanes?
No, Senator.
Oh, he's 0-4? Oh, man. Now, I don't know. Like I said earlier in my show, do you think that I could go up there and apply for that job? Hey, Kevin, do you like to fly? Nope, I hate it. It's my only Achilles heel. It's like kryptonite to me, but I'll do it if I absolutely have to. Okay. No. Do you know anything about flying? Well, yeah, I watched a whole bunch of crash videos online. Those are interesting. I like to figure out what caused the plane to crash. Does that count? This is unreal. So this guy, no, Senator. Basic questions. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see. Maybe it gets better.
You ever worked for a company that fixes airplanes?
No, Senator.
So for 20 months, you've been in charge of the Denver airport. You're in charge of the airport's buildings,
the Denver
correct?
airport.
I am in charge of everything that goes on at that airport.
Really? Whoa. So he went 0 and 5 or 6 across the board. Now he's saying he's in charge of everything that goes on at the airport. Let's see, first of all, if he understands his job title and is he really in charge of everything that goes on at the airport?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure that's exactly right. You're in charge of parking at the airport. Is that correct? How many parking spaces are there at the Denver airport?
Thousands.
Okay. You're in charge of all the shops and restaurants in the airport. How many restaurants are there in the Denver airport?
We have anywhere from 150 to 200 or so.
You're in charge of coffee shops and clothing stores and newsstands. You're not in charge of the pilots, are you?
No, Senator.
Wait a minute. That's a red flag. What's the most important thing at the airport? Is it the restaurants? Do anybody go to the airport to eat? I don't know about y'all. Hey, Kev, where you going? Out to the airport? Oh, you about to take a flight? Nope. I'm going to eat. I like hanging out at the airport. Are you kidding me? So this guy right here. Boy, I tell you, man, the Biden administration, they hire just anybody. Over important stuff. Pete Booty, the whole transportation system is collapsing, and they got Pete Buttigieg running around talking about some racist streets. So now this guy right here is up here talking about, I'm responsible for everything that goes on at the airport. All of the things that he listed, I could run that. Now, if that was the job qualification, I'm on it. Go around, all right, let me count the parking. I put somebody in charge of that. Hey, you. Fred, come here. What do you do? Normally I sweep up. Okay, well, you're getting an upgrade. I need you to go out there and count the parking lot spaces, okay? Can you handle that? Absolutely, boss, I'm on it. Okay, great job. All right, how many restaurants we got? 20? 20? Are they all going smoothly? Because they all got managers, right? Because I don't have to go in and, okay, good, then, cool. Let's keep that going. Let's see, everything else looks good. I'll sit here. If anything goes wrong, call me. That's pretty much what he does. But when it comes down to the meat and potatoes, the full-blown airplanes and the pilots, nope, I'm not responsible for that. So let's see then how that might impact his job.
You're not in charge of the airplane mechanics, are you?
No, Senator.
You're not in charge of the air traffic controllers, are you?
No, Senator.
You know,
Now, these are all key positions that make the planes fly and stay up in the air. If you don't understand the mechanics and the intricate details and the moving parts in those areas, that's a problem. That's a problem. You just got to trust that when you hire a mechanic, they know what they're doing. You don't even know what questions to ask. If I was responsible for hiring an astronaut right now, do you think I know the questions? But do you like space? I do. That's good. Me too. Me too. Do you think you'd be too hot in those suits? Because they look like they're pretty hot. Well, no, I think I can handle them. That's great. That's great. Yeah. You're not afraid to go up there? No. Oh, that's a plus. That's pretty much all I got. That's it. That's all I can ask. You can't get me into talking about what a rocket does and how to correct it if something goes wrong. I can't do it. So this guy right here is talking about I handle all the stuff that doesn't cause lives. But the real important things, nah, not over it.
I look at prior FAA administrators. You and I talked a couple of days ago. I respect your military service. Current acting FAA administrator Billy Nolan was a commercial airline pilot. He worked at multiple airlines in management roles. He has certificates in aviation safety from 3 different institutions, from the U.S. Army Safety Center and the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School. That's under President Biden. Administrator Steve Dixon, under both Biden and Trump, was an Air Force fighter pilot, commercial airline pilot, and executive at Delta Airlines. 40 years of aviation experience. Acting Administrator Daniel Elwell was an Air Force combat pilot, a commercial airline pilot, a senior FAA official, and an aviation industry executive.
And then we get to you.
Randy Babbitt was a commercial airline pilot for 25 years and served as the president of a labor union for pilots. Those are all people who know something about aviation and safety. As I look at your record, I see a record where you've got experience with buses, you've got experience with trains. But
wait a minute. So he just ripped off 4 of the prior ones. They got all this experience in him. He got experience with buses and trains. Do those fly? Anybody? You ever seen a flying bus? You ever seen a flying train? Now, I will jump on one of those. Johnny on the spot. Maybe not under poop Buttigieg right about now. I don't know. I'm concerned about the trains and stuff. But normally, you have no anxiety when you get on a bus. Normally, when you get on a train, you're like, I'm probably going to get there. You know. But when you get on the plane, you're like, hey, man. The first time I flew was in college. The stewardess knew me by first name before we got off. Every little thing that changed, the sound, the pressure, I'm like, excuse me. It was at the point where she's like, what is it now, Kevin? What was that noise? The engines we're coming down, we're declining. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Relax, it will be fine. Okay now, trusting you. See, so when it comes down to trains and planes, and buses, those are different entities. The buses and trains are on the ground. So let's continue and see how this guy compensates for that lack of knowledge.
Buses and trains are very different from planes. My understanding is this administration previously considered you for the board of Amtrak. That could well have been a position you were qualified for, and you might well have received bipartisan support to serve in that role. What happens when you get a different reading from 2 different sensors?
Can you repeat that question, Senator?
See, now this is the real interview for him. See, the Biden interview, I'm sure he went through, came in and like, look, we brought you in because you're black. We're trying to fulfill some equity stuff. We want you to implement the equity stuff when you get the job. Okay. Let's not deal with the details, the qualifications. I'm pretty sure you're a smart guy and can figure it out on the job. You're good. So they send him out there and throw him to the wolves. Now, this guy, he seemed like a nice guy. I mean, former military guy and all that stuff. But his background is not in planes. It's in trains and buses. So now he's getting the real interview. What do you do when, I don't know what he just said happens? Let's see.
What happens when you get a different reading from 2 different angle of attack sensors?
Okay.
Well, I think human reaction needs to take over if that occurs.
So why did that not happen on the Lion Air and Ethiopian Air flights?
Well, Senator, I'm not a pilot. I don't know if I can answer that particular question.
That's the moment the interview's over. There you go. If somehow you get through HR and you get to my desk and I'm hiring, all right, what are you doing this? Well, you know what? I'm not a pilot. What? Hold on for a second. Hey, Jim, I'm up here with the guy you sent to my office. Did you know he wasn't a pilot? Well, yeah, we did. Jim, you're fired. Okay, you're fired. He's coming down to take your job. That's what would happen. Why would you send me a guy who's responsible for understanding what makes planes safe and all of these good things. And yet he's not a pilot, never even flew, no experience with planes, none of that stuff. So let's continue.
Mr. Washington, I believe you. But at the end of the day, that's the fundamental problem. For this administration to nominate someone as FAA administrator who can't answer the question, why were 346 people killed in horrific crashes that result in the 737 MAX being grounded for a long time, is striking. By the way, Administrator Dixon, after the FAA recertified the 737 MAX, he went and flew it personally.
Personally. Did you hear that, guys? Personally. So this guy doesn't even know why the plane crashed. And the other guy who was qualified went and said, now that you fixed the problem, I'm going to check it myself. Everybody back up. Started that airplane up. Backed it up and whipped it out on there. Arm hanging out the window. And flew it himself. This guy, what is he going to do? All right, I trust that you fixed it. Yeah, okay, well, good. Let's see if it flies. Good luck. Let me know if you crash or make it. That's it. That's all he can do.
Listen, let me be clear, and you and I talked about this. FAA administrator is a specialized position. Sure. I'm not qualified to be FAA administrator. I have no idea how to fly a plane. No one in their right mind would put me in charge of aviation safety because I don't have that experience.
Keyword, anybody in the right mind would not put someone who is not qualified in a skilled position like that. Right mind is the key word. Or anybody who wasn't corrupt and evil and had a bigger agenda that didn't care whether safety was the first priority or not would probably do something like that too. Okay, so one of the two. Either you're extremely incompetent and you're crazy enough to put somebody who is not qualified in an important position, or you're evil enough to do it. And I think it might be a hot mix of both.
I suspect most of the members of this committee are in a similar position. The American people, when they think about aviation safety, when they think about, I played in this committee, a Southwest Airlines and FedEx plane almost colliding at Austin's airport.
You know what the first thing comes to my mind when I think of that? Is a transgender person represented in the cockpit? That's what I be thinking. I be thinking, does those pilots have neutral gender bathrooms? That's the thoughts that I be thinking. I be saying to myself, these stewardess, I'm sorry, I can't call them stewardess. These airline, the gender neutral people on the plane right here. I mean, do they have gender neutral outfits and clothing? Why does the women have to wear the skirts? Don't they have something that's androgynous? Those are all things that go through my mind when I get on an airplane, right, Ted Cruz?
They want an FAA administrator who knows why those planes crash and knows how to fix it to keep them safe. And with all respect, Mr. Washington, it gives no comfort to the flying public that their pilot might be a transgendered witch, but doesn't actually know how to prevent the plane from crashing into the ground and killing them. I believe your record is woefully lacking. In fact, you have zero aviation safety experience.
Wow, that had to hurt. That had to hurt the brother. I mean, I take no pleasure in seeing that. But hey, the end of the day, you took that position, man. I mean, I know it probably was a stepping stone, career and stuff, but dude, that's an important position. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all, because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.